Technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy specializes in a customized designed academic approach tailored to meet the needs of our families. Our lower division prepares students with the necessary foundation to build excellence. Our middle division provides students with over 15 course offerings, providing them with opportunities to explore their talents and gifts. Our upper division provides personalized academic journeys, allowing them to achieve their dreams. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us, where every path leads to purpose.
National headlines and the local stories you care about. WLBB, Carrollton, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3.
Time right now is 8:30. Good Friday morning. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice here on News Talk 1330, FM 106.3, streaming live online at newstalk1330.com. And this morning we're on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. So during the course of this program, if you have any questions or comments, I encourage you to post them there, and I'll try to take a look during this break. But I think we're pretty much jam-packed with things we're going to talk about and actually do this morning. With us this morning, we have West Georgia Sportscards and Collectibles out of Douglasville. We have Bruce Dutton sitting to my right and his daughter, Caitlin Dutton. Yeah. And I need to turn my mic up. Sorry, Josh. On my left. And kind enough to join us this morning. I understand, Caitlin, you guys were on the show about 2 years ago, and Caitlin just said, I don't even want to be bothered. You know, that guy's annoying. I don't want to come see.
I think she was a little bit nervous. You know, radio can make you a little nervous.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like 37,000 people listening at one time.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and your brother, you work with your brother Jason, which is very cool, man. Yeah, your wife, your daughter, your family.
Yes,
you guys are doing this, and it's 3 years, and you guys aren't doing too bad.
No, we're very blessed.
Yeah.
We're very, very, very blessed.
Did you expect it to? I mean, because 3 years ago, I guess I don't know if I guess it kind of was exploding a little bit at that point, but now it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, when we started West Georgia Sportscards 5 years ago, so we did the show circuit mainly in Alabama for 2 years, like Scottsboro and Albertville. They have a pretty good show circuit there. And then the opportunity came up in Douglasville next to the engineering firm I worked for, and the building was there with the traffic. So I called my brother, and I'm like, hey, this is something we want to do. You know, we plan on retiring. He was already retired. So it was just really cool to have the opportunity to do it. And Caitlin was in school at the time, and Hunter, our nephew that was here last time with us, he works for Big Orange Home Depot now, so he is full-time, and then his fiancée Kaylee does all of our social media stuff. So we have kind of morphed over the last 3 years. It's been really, really good, but we truly enjoy the hobby. We enjoy the engagement, and you know, you've been in the store a few times, so we change with the hobby, and the hobby is ever changing. So we do what we can.
We brought you in, I guess it was November, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah,
so
about 2 years.
It was again about Christmas. It's like, hey, you need some last-second gifts. It's a good place to go. You know, it tell about people who like baseball cards and football cards and basketball, but now there's a whole new series of cards that pretty much everybody else could be interested in too, and you guys deal with that. We're going to bust open a box of those.
We are.
Like in the second segment, we're going to ask a trivia question before we go to that first break. So if you get that right, it's going to be the first person to call Josh, and I'll give you out that number. And you have the right answer to that question. You're going to get to see these guys open it on air, and you're going to see what cards you get inside.
That's right.
So can we say how much that box is worth?
So these retail for $279. This is the Leaf.
Not $2.79.
$279. Came out about a week or 10 days ago for Leaf Happy Holidays. It's a metal product, so it can be anybody from from Ken Griffey Jr. to Clark W. Griswold. I mean, there's multi-sign cards. It's a pretty cool product. It sells really well. It's a very limited product because they don't make but about 2,000 cases of it, from what we're told.
Yeah.
So
if you're interested in that, you may want to pull over so you can give us a call here in about 5 minutes before we take that break. We talked about your origins, how you guys got started. How about this year with the cards? I mean, are there new? Are we seeing a lot of news like that? Are we seeing a lot of new directions where cards are going?
I think the biggest thing that people struggle with in the hobby, and we were talking about this before we went on air, is back when you and I were collecting back in the 80s during the junk wax era, we could go to Big B Drugs or Walgreens or something and get a pack for 40 or 50 cents, and we didn't care what it was worth. Now it's like, hey, let me open this pack, and we got a $50,000 card, and like right now we've got a card at auction for a customer, a submitter, that's $50,000 that came out a $600 box. I think one thing that the hobby is missing, and this goes manufacturers across the board, and Caitlin can tell you this from speaking to all of the manufacturers because she does our customer relations on the client side, for buying and stuff, is the cost of stuff. Back in the day, you could get a blaster box for $15. Mm-hmm. Now they're $40 or $50, and I mean, disposable income has a limit, and manufacturers have to realize that they need to bring it back to a hobby.
And you can look at it as an investment. You can say, hey, it is going to be an investment, but I think all too commonly you're spending $50 on one of those boxes, you're not getting anywhere close to what might be worth $50 in there.
Normally not. Sometimes yes. Normally not. Now, the manufacturers like Topps, which is Fanatics, they do a buyback program. So like this year's Topps Chrome, if you pull Ohtani or Judge, it starts at $20, and you trade it in for store credit. And it goes up to like $800 a card, where you just bring the card in, and you don't want to trade in an $800 card, trust me, because it's worth far more. But yeah, we've probably taken in 100 cards over the last couple of weeks for people just walking in, and they'll buy another box of cards and hit $40 more and trade it in. It's like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it like this, but it's kind of like scratching a lottery ticket, and sometimes you hit big, and sometimes you don't. So you just have to collect with moderation, is what we tell people. Don't go overboard. Don't spend your house money, your car money, your kids' college savings. We've seen horror stories. Over 3 years, we've seen it. So we just try to focus on what's good about the hobby. That's what we want to do.
And I got to tell you, I mean, there's been years I've spent $1,000, and that may not seem like a big deal to you or a lot of other people, that spent that much money. But and plus you have to. It seems like you have to buy boxes too. You can't you're not finding just packs. Like I remember when I was 1979, I was the school monitor out there, directing traffic. But it is all fake. They just put the little orange thing on you, and you pretend like you're directing traffic and stuff. And my dad would pick me up, and he'd bring a pack of 1979 Topps baseball cards like once a week, and that was huge. Looking for that one pack. Yep. And you try all year, try to collect it. Did they make it easy to collect sets, you think, now? I mean, the numbers, because it seems like, you can get, I got like 15 doubles of Tony Armas and, guys like that in 1981. Yeah. But now it seems like it's harder to
I think the sad part about collecting in the hobby in general, because I'm a Topps purist, so I collect stuff way back into the day. Last time we came in, I think I brought a 54 Topps set, but it's like everybody calls the regular cards just bulk, and they just give them away or throw them away. And it's kind of sad, to see, the cards that people don't put a value on just be tossed in the trash. We have donation stations at the store where people bring in their bulk, whether it's Pokemon or sports, and we have kids come in, and to get them engaged, we're like, take a box home, and we're talking about 1,000, 2,000 cards at a time. So that creates more for the hobby down the road.
Yeah, you hope. Yeah.
We do not do breaks. This break right here is like the first live break you'll ever see us do.
So this break is worth more.
Yeah,
we don't. You guys only did one.
We don't sell breaks or anything. That's a different part of the hobby. That's there's arguments on both sides that are good and bad. People can be quickly overextended in the hobby. You have to be very careful. Stay in your lane. Collect what you like. If you like Cubs cards, we don't know anybody that likes Cubs cards, really, do we, Colin?
Allegedly. I'm also looking for a Mike Schmidt rookie, and it could be damaged too.
Yeah, I know. You've mentioned that to me a couple times. We hadn't had one walk in yet.
I did start to do that online. I mean, I'm actually typing it when I go to eBay looking for stuff. I'll type poor, Chicago Cubs 1972 poor.
Right.
You find some guys there, and even, Fergie Jenkins. I've got a couple of those cards, and Santo, just like for $1.
Yeah.
Because
I think one of the things in the hobby that is lacking, and the reason that Caitlin is on board and has been is there's really not a big female presence in the collecting world.
How about the Caitlin thing from Panini?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but having her be a part of it is just cool. I get to work with her every day.
Absolutely. Are you seeing an interest in Caitlin? I mean, are you guys getting that locally?
For Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, for those cards?
Yeah, we do. It's the graded stuff, but it takes so long to get the graded stuff back. I mean,
See, that's something else we're going to talk about is grading. See,
PSA.
I know we're not going to get through all this stuff in a half hour. How about Pokemon? Have you guys seen a bigger interest in that?
Yeah, so we've Pokemon's probably our, third largest right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Topps, Leaf, Pokemon. A lot of singles in Pokemon. Vintage and stuff like that. People bring stuff in and sell to us, so it has grown a lot this year.
It's really all the
a lot.
vintage stuff that's grown.
Vintage.
In my opinion.
Well, vintage Pokemon was meant to be played, not protected. So
So
a lot of the
it could be
OG stuff, it's just the value just keeps going up.
And is that the value for Pokemon is rarity for those cards? Because if I look at a box of baseball cards from 2000, I know who should be.
Right.
But for Pokemon, I don't know who are there characters that are.
I can't tell you how many hours of videos that me and Jason sit there and watch in the store when we're not busy of Pokemon, learning the ins and outs and the errors and issues with Pokemon cards. But it is a huge part of the market. One Piece and things like that are coming on as well. But we haven't stepped into the One Piece market. But the Pokemon market has been.
But One Piece, what is that?
It's just another game, another TCG.
It's an anime show.
Yeah, anime.
And it's been around since the 90s, and it's it's really just an anime show, and it's still going on today. I think. Don't quote me on this. If my husband's watching, I'm sorry, because he likes that.
Yeah,
it's like one of the the largest anime books shows running, and it's kind of big for people who are into it. That's very.
Is that the equivalent of Dungeons and Dragons in our day? Could that have
Magic the Gathering?
It could.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're going to take our first break here. When we come back from this break, Joel, this camera right here, they're going to bust this box open. And first, before that, I'm going to ask a trivia question. And if you know the answer, you need to call Josh at 678-601-1330, 678-601-1330. And the first person who has the answer right, you're going to win this box. Again, they're going to bust it open on this program. You'll have to go by their shop, and you will get all the cards that you see that are opened and displayed on this show this morning. Now, I'm going back to 1990 Donruss for this question, and there was an error on a card that showed two Braves. I think their names were switched off. It had a picture of the one Brave and a different name underneath it, and the other card didn't have an error on it at all. But these are two major Braves, and their pictures their names were switched on these cards, and those cards were hot for about 5 minutes until you realized they were all over the place. But again, that's 1990. So if you know those two guys, they were MVP cards, right, for that team.
MVP, yeah.
And
BC 12, yeah.
Call Josh at 678-601-1330 and give the right answer and give your name, and we'll say congratulations to that. We'll take our first break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health and Oak Mountain Academy.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is a vibrant community built on innovation, academic excellence, and a 64-year legacy of shaping community leaders. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, inviting you to visit the mountain and experience firsthand the passion, purpose, and personalized education that defines our school. Come see how our mission and vision come to life each day. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
Welcome back to the Community Voice program here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Time right now is 8:44. My guests this morning are with West Georgia Sportscards and Collectibles. Bruce Dutton, his daughter Caitlin, on our program. They own and operate. It's a whole family affair over there. We did get a winner this morning. We just asked a question, about this guy already checked in on the program, so I don't know if you know him or not. He might be a customer already. The question had to do with 1990s Donruss cards, and two Braves were switched on an error card, and it was corrected. Tom Glavine and John Smoltz are the answers, and the gentleman who got it right is named Mike Jones.
I know Mike Jones, yeah.
I noticed he already checked in. He said hello this morning first.
Hey, Mike.
And he'll
ready.
Mike can pick those up at the office. Now, you guys, this is the first break you guys have ever done, right? You can see
we don't do breaks.
We'll talk about the breaks do and Fanatics and all that stuff. Hopefully, with a little bit of time, but you can open those up and share those.
So this is Leaf Happy Holidays 2025. Let's see who we got. Wow, it starts out with a Cordell Stewart. Very nice card.
Autograph.
Jim Boheim. Jim Boheim. That's a cool card. And your hit card, your big card.
I see the card in the back there. Yep, I recognize that guy.
It is a Nolan Ryan. 1 of 5.
1 of 5.
1 of 5. Nolan Ryan. That's a very cool card.
Yeah.
Let's see if we hit any 1 of 1s. That's out of 15. And Cordell Stewart is out of 15. So 3 pretty decent autos out of there.
Now, after we've talked about people only being interested in it for the money, I'm going to have to ask you, how much do you think that Nolan Ryan card is? One out of 5.
A couple $100.
Yeah,
a couple $100.
All right, Mike, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're gonna try that again here in about 5 minutes. Ask another question, which is it's kind of tough, but I got it pretty quick. So, we're going to ask again and give you another chance to open that same box, right? Another box.
Well, we're going to just give that away right there, so they'll call in, and it's a Zion Topps case, along with a holiday mega box from Topps.
Very good. All right.
Yeah,
that's what we'll give away here in just about 5 minutes. About the breaks and about was it Sports Fanatics?
Fanatics is Topps, yes.
Are they partnered up with Topps? How is it?
So Fanatics bought Topps.
Fanatics bought Topps. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people. The history of Topps. The CEO of Disney, I believe it was Michael Eisner, was the controlling interest in Topps, and then they sold out to Fanatics. So Fanatics encompasses all of your jerseys and your hats and everything. So they have a huge breaking platform. And I'll just say this,
but they're breaking their own cards, right?
They're breaking their own cards. They do break other Panini products and stuff like that, but Topps owns the licenses to everything now. January 1st, you have baseball, football, basketball. They have it all under their umbrella.
And the significance of that owning the licenses is that those cards are official. I mean, they have the team names, team jerseys, because Panini can't put the logos
Nor can
on.
Leaf or any,
Leaf, yeah.
Yeah, but to break online is not personal. What we're doing right here is personal. When you come into a store, a small business, any shop across the country, that's personal. If you go to Walmart, you're just going to an aisle and picking up a box and walking out. You're not really supporting. We want people to support small business. Sometimes you may pay a couple of bucks more, and there are people out there that try to gouge people on product. We do not do that. We really stay true to our roots, which is enjoying the hobby and collecting.
And you guys have access to hobby boxes, and what's the difference between that and a retail box?
So we get our allocations from Topps and Leaf. Leaf is pretty much, we get everything. We do Bo Jackson Battle Arena, which is another TCG game. Topps is very quirky, to say it in a nice way. We do get retail, we do get hobby. And then they roll out on release day. Like yesterday was Topps Chrome Basketball. So a hobby box of Chrome Basketball released at $379. That's retail. It sold out in about 11 seconds. And then it goes online on eBay or any other platform for double that.
And then hobby, what's the difference between hobby and retail as far as cards you'll receive?
The hit rates, your insert rates, what you get. So, and just the price point, $50 for a blaster, $100 for a mega, or $400 for a hobby box.
So they
And
know
the jumbos
it's-
are $1,200.
Yeah, wow.
So those price points are geared more toward fractionalized. I'll just say fractionalized gambling, because it's a gamble when you go into
Absolutely.
a break. If you buy this box for $279, it's a gamble, but you're the one breaking it. So we just don't do the breaks.
One of the big complaints with cards, maybe this year and last year, is that there's all these parallels are coming out. You get excited to find one that's 1 of 50 or whatever, and you think that's a pretty good card. But then there's the same ball player. There's like 10 more of those 1s and 50s. I mean, do you think they're paying attention to the complaints? Like Topps is paying attention to the people.
I would hope so. I mean, with social media, you know how that is. I mean, things create a firestorm. So the parallel universe that we're living in now, and we tell customers this because we're very transparent. So this is coming from small business owners. Jason and I say this all the time to people walking in, is we're living in a junk wax 2.0 era. It's what we're afraid of because of overproduction. And, a 1 of 1 10 years ago was really cool. Yeah. Now when people pull a 1 of 1, it's like, it's just not got the same excitement to it. So it's really kind of disheartening at times. And hopefully they'll get back to their roots of, prestigious cards. I remember, I don't know if you do, back in 95, 96 when they started cutting up bats and jerseys and putting them on cards, we were like, you're destroying the now everybody wants relics.
They do. See, I didn't know those are as popular then as far as game-used jerseys and game-used bats.
Yeah.
Who was your most popular card, you think, for this year? Baseball.
What do you think in baseball?
There's been so many, in my opinion. Paul Skeens.
Skeens. Yeah. We just had a really cool, out of that holiday box that we're giving away with that, a Skeens auto Santa hat. Now, it's a sticker auto, but it had a piece of the Santa hat that he wore.
And talk about that, too, because there are autographs that have a sticker.
Yeah, like these are all stickers.
Which basically means that they just gave them a book of stickers and said, sign your name.
Yep.
And then the more attractive ones to collectors are they actually signed the card.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like you could have pulled a Hulk Hogan out of here. He's no longer with us, but they have sticker sheets. They still have sticker sheets of Mickey Mantle and stuff. So, I mean, they're still putting players that have signed to infinity on cards. Will that water it down in time? Who knows? I mean, did we think 30 years ago that Pokemon was going to be worth what it was? But here we are.
All right, we're going to take our second break here. But before we do, I want to ask one more trivia question. And I think you gave me your answer there, Josh. I hope you saw what the answer to this one was. And you're giving away this good-looking Topps box, right?
Well, it's got this is the Zion Topps branded cases, and inside you get a box of Topps Holiday Baseball.
What's that thing behind it?
So those are dividers, like to divide your cards out to keep them from sliding and everything.
Very, very cool. All right, here's the question. I'm going to ask the question. Call Josh at 678-601-1330. Mike, you cannot win. Don't call back. All right, the question is, who is the most acclaimed Brave in the Hall of Fame? And you may want to think twice about that question. Who is the most acclaimed Brave in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? We'll come back with about 7 minutes here on this morning's Community Voice. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those to the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. Mike, you can't get your wife to call either. Thinking he's probably going to his neighbor's house real quick. Come on, call this guy. All right, we'll take a final break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health and Oak Mountain Academy.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Do the math. At Oak Mountain Academy, our average graduating class has just 12 students. We celebrate a 100% graduation rate with more than $10.5 million in college scholarships offered. Plus, 96% of our students are accepted into their top choice college. Do the math. Can you see the value of an OMA education? I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, and I'm here to help you do the math. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
right, 8:54. Welcome back to the Community Voice program here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Wrapping up our program this morning with West Georgia Sports Cards and Collectibles in Douglasville. We got Bruce and Caitlin on our program, and like I said, we got about 6 minutes left. Again, talking about profiting and making money off the baseball cards. There's a rating system. You send these cards and they get graded. I mean, there's 2 or 3, maybe, or 4.
So you have what? PSA,
SGC,
CGC, Beckett. Of course, PSA just bought
Beckett. I thought, yeah.
Monday, I think that went down. So everybody's kind of on the edge in the hobby. Caitlin tried vendor relations with PSA to call them, and they shut her down because her name wasn't on the paperwork, for the order. So they're very protective on stuff. But overall, grading takes about 5 months. So you come in, you pay $20 to grade a card. And you've graded with us before, and you want to get an 8 or a 9, but it comes back a 6. Like, we don't have any control over that. It's somebody's subjective opinion on a card. But yeah, it does create value in the cards. Yeah,
and I guess attention too. People want to buy it if it's graded.
People want to buy it.
Yeah. What's the probability of that card you getting graded and sending it off to a different company and getting graded?
People do it all the time.
Yeah,
they do it all the time.
I guess what I had a problem with is that the graders know they're going to make money if they have a better card. They have the. It's like they're encouraged to grade the cards kind of higher sometimes because they make more money.
Well, they charge surcharges. So like with your card, for instance, that 91 Topps Desert Shield Griffey.
Yeah.
If that were a 10, you're talking about a $10,000-$12,000 card. And a 6, it's a few $100s. But the gap is very wide from a 9 to a 10. We need that gap to close.
Yeah. As far as the quality?
Well, there's not that much of a difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you really on a microscopic level, you might see a print dot or something, but a 9 mint is not that far from a gem mint. I mean, honestly. It's like buying a new car and driving it off of the dealership lot and putting a mile on it. And now it's a used car. You get what I'm saying? I mean, there's not that big of a difference.
With those cards with the Bowman chromes and the Topps chrome, it's hard to. Just looking at it, with the naked eye, you're like, how can that not be a 10? All of them.
All the time we see that, and they'll come back an 8.
Yeah,
it is.
You guys got an event, a card show that you got coming up.
Yeah, so we have the Flip Trade Show in Talladega, Alabama.
How long of a ride is that?
Next Saturday, the 27th.
How long of a ride is that?
From here, 45 minutes?
That's okay.
Yeah, it's right there on
45
Speedway
minutes.
Boulevard. Yeah.
How big are these events?
So this is probably 200 tables. A guy that we know, Daniel Stillman, does the flip, and he travels all across the Southeast. He does shows everywhere, so it's really cool. He's a good guy.
If somebody comes there and says they saw you, heard you on the show, give them a $1 discount.
They find us at the show. They can't miss Jason and Dakota at the show.
No.
It's going to be all Pokemon at that show. Yeah, that's what we're going to have. That's a sports show, but there is a lot, about half and half Pokemon sports. So
you guys have any Christmas deals coming up? Are you
so
able
we
to do
did
that?
we did Christmas deals last week on blasters and mega boxes where we gave 10% off. And that went really, really well. So we didn't have anything else. We have new grading promotions if you check out our Facebook page for the new PSA partnership that we have. We have lowered the cost of grading from $30 to $22.99.
There you go. Yeah.
So we're bringing the cost down because of the volume that we do. If it's Pokemon TCG, it's only $19.99 per card. So we're really trying to get the collectors, if you want to get it graded, get it graded. But the only bad part is you're going to wait, just like us, months. So.
Is there a discount, like if you bring in 10 cards or something like that?
Well, what we did, we partnered with them, and if you bring in 100 cards, you get $9.99 shipping on the whole order, so we don't attach shipping to each card. So Caitlin and Kaylee did a video a couple of days ago and put it out there and kind of explained everything, how it's going to work. But
on Facebook, West Georgia Sportscards is what that is. All right, guys, give me some predictions for 2026 as far as collecting as a whole, and sports cards or things like the leaf metal.
We need more positivity in the hobby. There's so much negative talk out there about things going on behind the scenes and loaded boxes and breakers getting stuff. We just need to get back to the roots of the hobby. The joy of collecting is what it's about. Collect what you love. Don't worry about the monetary value of it. It'll take care of itself. Probably long after you're gone. I can't tell you how many people walk into our store that their loved one has passed away and they just sell their stuff like it means nothing to them.
Isn't that kind of what happened with you? You guys had a real nice basketball set, right?
We got a basketball set. We've seen Pokemon come in. We've seen older baseballs come in. It's just, it's life. You know how it is. It's just life. But people go through those machinations, and you just sit there and you go, what can we do for you? And, you know, at the end of the day, for us, for West Georgia Sports Cards, our whole team, we want it to be about the love of the hobby.
Very cool.
It goes back to the hobby.
You guys, what's the address for
2108 Fairburn Road, Douglasville, Georgia. And we are open 7 days a week now, which is 12 to 4 on Sundays and 9:30 to 6:30 the rest of the week.
I'm sorry Jason couldn't join us this morning, but he's no doubt watching us.
He's watching. We'll give a shout out to Jason.
Absolutely.
He's a cool guy.
Guys, thank you. I mean, I can talk about baseball cards for hours and hours and hours. And thank you for watching the Community Voice program this morning. I think on Monday we're going to be reading Christmas card letters. Letters to Santa Claus that kids have put in the mailboxes out there in front of the Carroll County courthouse. You'll want to tune in for that. I mean, pretty sweet and pretty humorous letters. So that'll be Community Voice on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
National headline.